And by the United States Space Force. Question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter.
Shotgun snap and a pitch around the right side to Von Blue to the 10, the 5, a cutback, and he's in the end zone. Light him up. Touchdown, Liberty, Von Blue.
Now let's talk Liberty Flames football. Here's your host, the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, welcome inside Mellow Mushroom tonight for our Liberty football show with head coach Jamey Chadwell. My name is Alan York, your host, and we're going to have a fun hour here as we talk Liberty football. Our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Good crowd on hand here tonight, like we always do with our Liberty football show at Mellow Mushroom here in Lynchburg, and sit back and relax and enjoy the show. If you have questions for the show, you can email us, lfsn@liberty.edu. If you're watching the show on our video streams, you can post your question on the comment section. We'll try to get to as many of those as we can. Got a couple of special guests coming up here halfway through the show, our student-athlete representatives. We've got Caden Williams, Liberty running back, and Brenton Williams, Liberty Joker, defensive end position.
No relation.
No relation, but they grew up not far from each other.
No, that's right.
One in Alabama, one in Georgia, and look forward to talking to those guys coming up here in just a little bit. We've hit midweek on the mountain. It's October. Most of these games have shifted to midweek in Conference USA, and Liberty right with them. Only 2 games in October, so a lot to talk about scheduling-wise and how the team is going to maneuver through October. The next game will be next Wednesday at UTEP. 8 o'clock Eastern kickoff, and look forward to talking to Coach Chadwell about that game coming up next Wednesday. There'll be no show next week. No show. So get your radio. Robert Goodman is like, no. We talked about this. Oh, hey, you can still come to Mellow Mushroom. We can still come to Mellow Mushroom, but there'll be no show. The 16th will be the next show, and then the 30th. In October, as we give Coach and the guys a little break from the show. But that being said, Liberty coming off a tough ball game at Old Dominion on Saturday, falling 21-7. Liberty now 1-4 on the year. They'll take on a 1-4 UTEP team, and the both teams looking for their first Conference USA win next Wednesday. All right, that being said, let's bring in the head coach of the Flames, Jamey Chadwell. Coach, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. You've got the guys back at practice. How have things been shifted workout-wise, given the fact you don't play this weekend, but you do go on the road next Wednesday?
Yeah. So after the last game, we had Sunday off. Gave them from practice. Gave them Sunday. Gave them Monday off, and then did a little bit of fundamentals Tuesday, Wednesday. So try to rest their bodies physically, and then today was our first big practice for our next opponent. So try to get a little bit of rest as far as just physical rest and some mental rest. Try to get away a little bit as we turn the page into conference play, and then you're full speed ahead for the next how many days it is, because you play a game and then we got to come back, and then you don't really have an off day. You have to get ready for that next opponent because it's a quick turnaround.
Yep, that'll be a Tuesday game, midweek on the mountain with New Mexico State. All right. A couple days removed from Old Dominion. Let's kind of break down that game, Coach. Another one that one-score game in the fourth quarter. That's kind of been the theme this year, along with some other themes. But you're right there to take it in that fourth quarter. Just take us through your thoughts on that. A couple days removed from it.
Yeah, disappointed, obviously, that we can't find a way to win. I'm not discouraged because I think our guys play hard, they fight, they believe that they have an opportunity to win, and I think we've put ourselves as you mentioned in the fourth quarter, we have an opportunity to win games, and maybe we've not played overly well up to that point, from whatever it is, maybe penalties, turnovers, missed tackles, whatever it may be, but we're still finding a way to have a chance to win games. And so just got to we challenge the team about we got to correct those things that we can correct. There's fixable mistakes. If it's a talent thing, it's one thing, right? If you're just not good enough, it's one thing. But I don't think that's the case. I just think we got the talent we have. We just got to play better in certain situations. We got to coach better. But we've worked hard on identifying, hey, these are the things if we improve, if we fix, we got a great chance of getting wins, which is what we all want. And I think our team wants that too.
What can you share with us of things that you have identified? Not everything needs to be
well, it's only an hour show, right?
So there's a few things, but not everything needs to be exposed.
Yeah.
But what are those things that the fans are dying to know, how to turn this thing around?
Well, I think one thing is we got to do a better job of just overall of what we're emphasizing in practice, what we're emphasizing in meetings that carries over in the game as far as proper alignments, making sure we're on the ball when we're supposed to be on the ball in formations, whatever it may be, proper alignments in defense. The things that can, and the little things that can get you beat, that's what's getting us beat. Two hands on the ball, the right read here or there, things that you practice over and over, so hopefully you never get them wrong, right? And but we got to be able to carry those into the game when you're tired, when it is the fourth quarter. We got to be mentally tough enough to continue to do the things necessary to win games, and those are things that you preach and you practice. And at the end of the day, we got to, as coaches' jobs, to make sure that our guys get that and do that and play well in those times that matter. And so it's not a lack of want to. Our players have been working, I think, tremendously hard, and they know the areas that they want to improve and they need to improve. They're not naive. Now we just got to go do it. And also, I would say too, we've had just some bad things just not go our way too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've been on teams where everything goes your way. And sometimes, some of the bounces don't go your way. And we've had some bounces or some calls that hadn't went our way that have really hurt us from gaining some positive momentum. And this team, if this team can get some momentum and we can keep some momentum there, then watch out.
You met with the media today, and one of the questions was about play calling, and you mentioned about need to be more aggressive with the play calling, but at the same time, depending upon the certain packages, personnel-wise, how does that all shake out, and what more aggressive do you want to see this offense?
Well, I think when you're calling plays, you have a plan, and hey, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to attack. Then obviously you get out there, and the defense might be doing things a little differently, and different things that they maybe not shown you on video yet. Everybody has something new, so you adjust. But when things are going well, you can just sort of spin like a wheel of fortune and pick something, and you feel like it's going to work.
Yep.
When things aren't going as well, you start questioning everything. Like, hey, if I call this, is this guy going to execute it? If I call this, is this guy going to line up right? And it starts getting in your head a little bit, and you take away your aggression. With the confidence you have of putting together the play sheet, and like, hey, I know this play can work, or I know this scheme can work. If you're not executing in other areas, it makes you less aggressive. You get a little bit, should I call this or not? What if we mess this up? Instead of, hey, we're going to make a big play. It's a thought process. And calling plays in the past, when you've struggled like that, that's a thing that's hard to overcome, because you don't want to, especially if the defense is playing well, you're trying to, hey, you don't want to put them in a bad position, right? Because you don't want to try to put them and turn the ball over and some of those things. And so we just have to be confident in what we've prepared, feel good about it, and then let it rip. And if it ain't good enough, at least you went down swinging, right? And so I think that's the thing that we got to get back to, and we will. Our players understand that, but I think that's what happens. You almost feel like every time you call something, man, I got a great play call, and this play call got called back. Had a touchdown, got called back, right? Here's a touchdown, got called back. And little things like that, it messes with you sometimes. And so we just have to let that go and move forward.
Do you think it could just take Wednesday night, just one drive, bang, bang, bang? And
I
like
think
it could happen quick.
It could. I mean, if you even last week, we're 14-0. Defense gets a stop. We gets an interception. We get 14-7, and then you could feel some momentum.
You could.
And defense is playing well. We get a drive going. We get to 3rd and 4. We don't execute. Get to 4th and 2. Don't execute. And never had the chance to get it back there. I think we turned it over, whatever it may be. And so little things like you convert there, and then you go score. Who knows what happens? And so again, making sure that you're executing the plays that are called, run the best, but as coaches wise, just making sure let the thing rip. And trust your preparation. We've got good coaches, I believe that, and and call it and let your guys go out and execute there.
Joined by head coach Jamey Chadwell here tonight at Mellow Mushroom. Our weekly radio show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. We'll take our first time out. Coming back, we'll have some more thoughts with Coach Chadwell. Then we'll let him get some dinner. And coming up a little bit later towards the top of the hour, we'll have our player guests, Britton Williams and Caden Williams, one from offense, one from defense. And we'll have much more here from Mellow Mushroom tonight on this Thursday night talking Liberty football. This is the Liberty Football Show with head coach Jamey Chadwell, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on Van Wagner.
It's not just football season, it's tailgate season. And that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great, it's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Welcome back inside Mellow Mushroom here tonight for our Liberty Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union. The Flames heading out west to El Paso, Texas, next Wednesday. That's the next game, 8 o'clock Eastern on ESPN Plus against the Miners. And we'll have full radio coverage beginning at 6:30 on our Liberty Flames mobile app, worldwide at libertyflames.com, and our statewide Journey Radio Network. It'll be the third meeting between the Miners and the Flames, with Liberty holding a 2-0 advantage against the Miners. We're joined by head coach Jamey Chadwell. Coming up in a little bit, we'll be also joined by running back Caden Williams and a joker Britton Williams from the Flames defense. Look forward to talking to them. All right, Coach, a couple more thoughts with you before we let you go get some dinner. 21-7, Old Dominion wins on Saturday. Your defense played really good football, especially in the red zone. Again, the stat bears repeating. Old Dominion was the only team in the country to have a perfect red zone percentage and all touchdowns, and you held them 0 for 5 in that red zone. Came up with some big takeaways. I know the game in the end didn't go your way, but you got to be proud of the defensive effort and just not breaking there in that red zone. They played really well.
They did. That kept us in the game because every time they got down there, whether that was a turnover or whether they just drove down there, our defense was able to get big stops. And that keeps you in the game. It gave us momentum. Right there before halftime, they could have really probably blew us out of the game, and defense gets a huge stop right before that, and that gives us confidence going to the locker room. So if our defense can play with that same type of just effort, intensity, urgency. We finally, one of the things that we really challenged the defense on is creating turnovers, and they did a great job of that. And so if we can play that type of ball and really just swarming around, then I like our chances, going forward and the rest of the season, because that's the type of defense I think we're capable of consistently. They played with just they didn't care about anything but to say anytime their opportunity was called, they ran out there. There was no complaining this or that. They went out there and they tried to get the ball back and tried to do what they were supposed to do, and they played really, really well.
Coach, you had a couple of players of the week defensively. Bryce Dixon, one of your defensive tackles, 5 tackles, half of a sack, and 1 fumble recovery. Take us through the pick of Bryce Dixon for one of your players of the week.
Yeah, we had quite a few guys that played real well. We do mentions, and then you pick a player of the week, and the defense picks that. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you why they pick somebody over the other, but right. I think part of it is how productive you are when you're in there. Are you doing your job, and then are you helping other people do their job by doing your job really well? Obviously, Bryce plays a position where you're not going to get tons of stats all the time because you're getting double teamed and different things, but did a really good job of holding the gap, obviously forcing issues, tackles for loss, rushing the pass, doing the different things to disrupt the quarterback or disrupt the play, and it did a really nice job.
And Max Morgan, your punter, 6 punts, averaging 47 yards per punt. His best night or game punting the football this year.
By far. I think we end up having, 2 or 3 punts that were backed up because of field position, turnovers, whatever it may be, and he flipped the field every single time. You get a bad punt or something of that nature, but he did tremendous. Also, raining quite a bit. He had to handle the snaps, on field goal or kick or punt. Did a great job there catching it. And so there's a lot goes in there just to punting, and then punting it with the right height. He did a great job of not only hitting distance but really putting it up there where we had a fair catch. They didn't get any returns except 1. And so I thought he had his best game that he's had. He's capable of that. That really kept us, again, put our defense in a position to where they weren't always backed up.
All right, Coach, the fans are wondering, Alan, we are 20 minutes into this game. When are we going to start talking quarterbacks? Right now. We'll start talking about the quarterbacks. Ethan Vasco didn't play at Old Dominion. Michael Merdinger, his first career start. Ethan Houck got a couple of plays as well. Take us through their maturation and experience they're getting. Never know what quarterback will be needed at one point during the game, Jamey, but where their development is and getting those live reps, you just can't replicate it in practice.
No, we can't. We wish they were a little farther along, obviously,
sure.
Because there's opportunities, I think, that we've seen especially with Mike and Ethan specifically last week, where they've done some good things, and there's an opportunities for both of them that could have made some plays, made some throws, some of those. And but they're learning, they're learning on the job, which is a challenging thing to do when you're playing good teams. But I thought, they're competing. They're putting time in to be better. They need to be better. We need to be better around them as well. The hard part last week, if for a young guy, first time starting, both of those cats, and then it's pouring the rain. It's not like you're a seasoned guy. You're first time playing, so the nerves are out. You're very nervous. You're very anxious, and as much as prepared, then you have the weather, and then there's a pressure. Those young guys, the pressure they feel to go out and want to perform for their teammates is much too. They want to win. They want their teammates to win. So you add that burden on them, and it's a challenging thing. I thought they competed. We made some mistakes, obviously, but I did thought they competed and fought. And put us in some positions to make some plays there. Obviously, missing Ethan Vasco the last game and a half has been challenging. He's number 1 for a reason, and you'd love to have him at the second half of JMU because we were playing well in the first half with him. You'd love to have him last week, and so he's making progress.
That was my next question.
He's making progress. He's been practicing. He's still got a ways to go. Where, hey. they're going to completely clear him, but he has been practicing with it, which has been good. He's making we have to limit some of the things that he's doing, but it'll be with his injury, the game on Wednesday, it'll be roughly 17 days.
Yeah.
Between injuries, and so hopefully within that 17 days, it's not going to be fixed, but hopefully it can heal enough to where he can go out and compete at the level he's capable of. He'd have tried to play last week if he could.
Okay.
I mean, he's that type of kid. He's tough, but I think our team will rally around him. They believe in him, and so when we get him back, that's going to be a great bolt of juice for us to just give us some positive energy that we need.
How about Jaden Bradford, Coach? Another quarterback in your quarterback room. Fans are asking me, hey, where's number 4? Is he going to get some playing time? I'm like, I'll talk to Coach about it and see. We talked a little bit off air about Jaden and his development, but great kid. Like, I've interviewed him before. He's as nice as they come on this team. But fans always pull for their team, and they want to see good things happen to everybody. So give us an idea on the.
Yeah, I think Jaden's getting better each week. He's getting more reps in practice because of the situation there. And there was a moment, there was a moment there during games last week that there was a potential. Hey, do you if we wouldn't have made some progress with maybe Mike, do you put Jaden in there? He's made some progress with that. And so as those two battle it out a little bit, continuing to say who's the true, number 2 there. Mike's got a little bit more experience. Mike does a better job during practice and maybe taking care of the ball more consistently.
Okay. Yep.
And so when you're number one thing is you want to score, obviously, but secondly, you just don't want to put your defense in a bad position by turning the ball over and doing some things. Ethan Out came in and threw one right to somebody's chest. You can't have that, right? And so just making sure that guys are doing that. Mike's done a good job of not putting the ball in a situation where somebody could pick six it or some of those. And so you're valuing some of those things. I think Jaden's improved tremendously, and if he continues to go on the route he's going, then there's an opportunity there. He could, him and Mike are competing for when Vasco comes back. Who's that number 2 right now? Mike's ahead of him, but Jaden's definitely the reps he's been getting, he's improving.
Final thought here, Coach. I want to focus on defense for a second and getting pressure on the quarterback. Right now, 5 sacks on the year leading into next Wednesday. How do you get more pressure on the quarterback? Is it we've talked about it's not really personnel, but do you blitz more and try to put more pressure, but then that puts more pressure on the back end? How do you get more pressure in the backfield defensively?
Well, I think one, it really starts on first down.
Okay.
We have to put the defense in more 3rd and longs. This past week, I think we had, and you could look the stats up, I think we had ODU in 7, maybe 3rd and longs, which is really good.
Yeah.
We've not had that many leading up to that. If you're in a 3rd and short or 3rd and medium, then they're going to have some type of quick pass, something they can run or a quick pass, and you don't really have a chance. But 3rd and long, they have to hold the ball a little bit longer. You get a better chance of getting them.
Yep.
And so to me, for us to create more pressure, to get more sacks, we got to do a better job on first down to putting them in long yardage situations where now there's more 3rd and long and they don't have a choice. They got to pass, and now we can really, whether we choose to blitz or just sell out. I thought that's what we did a good job of last week. We had him at some 3rd and longs, and we were able to at least pressure him. I don't know if we sacked him that much, but at least pressure him to make him get him off. That's the whole key. Sacks is a great number. You want sacks, but more than anything, you want pressures.
100%.
Like if you can pressure him and make him get off his platform to throw and all that, then that's as good as a sack because now he can't throw on time. And so the better we are on first down and getting them in 2nd and long situations, that can play more into our hand where we can do some more blitzing or whatever it may be and pressure them more. That's the thing that you want to see.
And again, this defense playing really good football for the Liberty Flames. All right, Coach, let you get a bite to eat, and I'll bring you back here in about 20 or so minutes.
All right, thank you.
All right, Head Coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight talking Liberty football. Liberty at UTEP coming up on Wednesday, and look forward to getting Coach's thoughts on the Miners coming up here as we wrap things up around 7:25 or so. All right, we're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by running back Caden Williams, and we'll get Caden's story, how he ended up at Liberty and all that good stuff as we continue on this Thursday night at Mellow Mushroom in Lynchburg. Our Liberty football show presented by Freedom First Credit Union continues after this timeout from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat.
Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels in the Liberty Flames.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your certified Generac backup generator experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline for Flames addicts. The latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
Halfway home on this Thursday night from Mellow Mushroom. Join Liberty Football with head coach Jamey Chadwell. Our show presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Another reminder here. How about Memories on the Mountain? That's something that we've been touting here the last couple of months during the radio show. Opportunity to enhance your game day experience with opportunities for a video board shout out, being part of the Flames Team Walk, which is my favorite part outside of the game itself. Maybe Gatling gun, shooting some T-shirts up in the crowd, or even starting the Flames Quarter, which has become really popular at Liberty football games. And you can become part of that with Memories on the Mountain. You can find more information at libertyflames.com or contact the Liberty Ticket Office at 434-592-5015. Speaking of Memories on the Mountain, we got a new public address announcer for Liberty football. He's doing a really good job. I've heard a lot of good remarks on the public address announcing, and some PA announcers can really take it too far, but our guy it's a good sweet spot on how he energizes the crowd. But that being said, let's move on with our show here. I'm Alan York. We'll be rejoined by head coach Jamey Chadwell coming up here in just a little bit. But time now to talk to some of our student athletes, and we'll start with redshirt freshman Caden Williams, who is a running back on the Liberty football team, and Caden out of Calhoun, Georgia. Caden, a lot to talk about with you. First off, welcome to the show. Give us an idea of your menu tonight, what you got pizza-wise.
I just got a buffalo chicken pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that. Me and my girlfriend got it when we went on a date, and I fell in love with it.
It's different. It is different. Great, just enough spice for me, and I love chicken on my pizza. So really good pick there, Caden. All right, like I said, from Calhoun, Georgia, give us an idea of what it was like growing up in Calhoun, Georgia, and we'll kind of just start there, Caden, and we'll just kind of dive in.
But just growing up, I always went to the football games on Friday night, so I always dreamed of playing under the lights in Calhoun because it's football country there. It's a small community, and everyone's going to the games on Fridays, closing the little small businesses. So I was excited to play once I got on that level.
And you succeeded a lot, and I went back and listened to an interview we did the summer of 24 when I first met you during Media Day, and you had a number of Power 4 offers and a lot of teams that were looking at you. And then you mentioned your dad. Tell us your dad's name and a conversation that he had with you about he had heard about Liberty and the facilities and, hey, I think we might need to go check it out. Is that kind of how that story kind of happened there?
Yeah, I was watching my brother's basketball game. We was in the basketball gym, and I told him that I'd received an offer from Liberty.
Okay.
He's like, oh, wow. And then he started to look into it. He's like, have you seen their campus and their facilities? I said, nuh-uh. He's like, you need to look into it. I'm like, we need to go on a visit there. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So then I got in touch with the coaches, and we got a visit scheduled.
And you told me once you got up here, it was over.
Oh, yeah.
You sealed the deal. And I said, this is where I'm going to go play football, make a name for myself. And the experience hasn't disappointed, I would assume, from a culture standpoint, academic, socially. What have you enjoyed about your time here on the mountain?
I've grown, definitely as a football player, but as a man too, all the advice that I get from the coaches and just being on my own 7 hours away from home. I just enjoy being up here and spending time with my teammates, and just growing into the man that I am now.
Joined by Caden Williams, Liberty running back. Caden, Saturday, career high for you, 19 carries, 92 yards rushing. Now, I know you would rather take the win from a team perspective outside of your personal accolades, but both of those were career highs for you. Second half, it seemed like there was more push from the offensive line. You were getting a lot of the lion's share of the reps because Evan was out. Did it feel like you were getting into a groove in that second half?
Yeah, definitely. Being a rainy game, we had to run the ball a lot, so I was definitely getting in a groove and getting feel of it.
Who are some of your football heroes? Who do you if somebody watches you play, who might they say, he kind of looks like this player, maybe from a professional standpoint?
Like a professional player?
Yeah.
I like Saquon.
Barkley, okay.
Yeah, I like Saquon. I like the way he plays, kind of all-purpose back. I like, McCaffrey and
McCaffrey,
Scatterboo. He's in the NFL now.
Yeah, that's right.
And I like the way he plays and his mentality.
Yeah. So take us through, on this read, I'm going to get the football. Where's your vision? What are you trying to see as you get the football from the quarterback?
Well, obviously, I got to make my reads, and then, it's just one cut and go. Got to get downhill and, get the yards that I can get.
Joined by Caden Williams, Liberty running back out of Calhoun, Georgia. You mentioned your dad, UPS driver. Am I right on that?
Yep.
And your mom is a dental hygienist.
Yes, sir.
And you have a brother.
Brother.
What's your brother's name?
Brody.
Brody. And he is an up-and-coming football player as well. Offensive lineman?
Offensive lineman, a baller.
Okay. And we've talked to you about your work ethic and, you're a weight room rat. You love getting in the weight room and putting up some weight and getting bigger, faster, and stronger. Where does that work ethic come from? Take us inside your family and who kind of instilled that with you guys?
Well, it started out, I was a wrestler when I was young. I did USA Wrestling.
Okay.
And I used to, definitely habits with cutting weight and, maintaining weight and all that and working hard. And Well, we used to come home and blast heavy metal music on the TV, me and my dad.
Okay.
And my little brother, too, he would just be dancing, though.
Right.
I'd be busting out push-ups and sit-ups in my living room.
Wow.
My mom come in from work, like, wondering what's going on.
Sure.
We got the TV blasting. We're in there doing push-ups. And
kind of getting in that zone, right?
yeah, and then sometimes he put a life vest on me.
Okay.
And he put a rope around it and tied weights to it.
Right.
And we'd be pulling it in the backyard and just created those habits when I was younger.
Wow. How about Chad Scott, your strength coach? Like, you ever give him idea? Hey, coach, how about we try this?
Nah, he's seen it all. He's
No, he's great.
Yeah, he's a big power lifter guy, and then Coach Terry as well.
Yep. Shout out to the Liberty football strength staff. I like the summer videos that they play for you guys. You guys are in the weight room, and it's almost like the guys are rallying around each other. Like somebody's about to get a PR. That's a personal record in the weight room. And the whistles blow after you get a squat up or something. Those are really cool, I think, for the fans to kind of see the work when the lights are out, when the lights are off. That's when you guys are really starting to get better football players. So take us inside those moments where it's just you and the weights, and the players are really rallying around you guys.
Yeah, just with your teammates coming around you, it's just showing your teammates got your back. They're going to be there for you regardless if you get it or if you don't get it. They're still going to be there and, support you through it all.
Supporting you through it all. And this team right now, 1-4, we're not going to shy away from that. You guys are looking to turn things around. How is this team with just conference games left? You hear people, Caden, okay, we're going to separate the season into these non-conference games and then maybe a middle third. And then what's been the mentality as you focus in on these next 7 conference games?
Well, I'm going to say this first. 1-4, that don't define who we are.
Sure.
Because I know the team we have and I know what we're capable of.
Yep.
And we got a lot ahead of us. We got the conference championship to go get. We got a bowl game to obtain. The locker room's still positive. Yep. We haven't give up yet. And I'm just glad about that. And no negativity yet. We know what's ahead of us.
One thing Jamey Chadwell told us, your head coach, this really was after you guys got back from the bowl game, about, okay, this is where the locker room is going to go here in this 25 season. And 24 is what it was. 23, we all know, the team went to the Fiesta Bowl, went undefeated. And you started seeing how much this team loves being around each other through the winter workouts, into the summer, and through even now. And I love what you said. The final score doesn't define us. God knows where the heart is with this team. And spiritually, you guys are as tightly connected as my shoelaces right now. I've been around this team. I was at practice yesterday, and the energy in that workout was like, man, give me some shoulder pads, Caden. That's not easy to do when the final scores aren't going your way, but they will. What is it about this team chemistry that has bonded this team together?
Well, it started off in January. Chadwell moved us to the away team locker room.
I heard about that.
We faced a lot of adversity in the springtime.
And no music in the weight room.
No music in the weight room. The word was earned. We had to earn everything.
Right.
We had to sit up at lunch. Build relationships with each other.
Yep.
It just started there, and it started in spring ball. Everything he did for us, it just all built up to now. And then in the summer, we would be here doing football, workouts, and just being with each other all day. It's just built that chemistry between us.
Joined by Caden Williams, Liberty redshirt freshman running back. Academically, you had a head start coming into Liberty. Take us back in the summer of 24 when you got here. How many classes had you already finished because of your high school academic accolades? And the progress right now towards graduation, some things have shifted a little bit for you from a major standpoint. So take us through where you were when you got here and up till now.
So when I got here last January in 2024, so I was already about 30 credits ahead already.
Amazing.
And I was majoring in project management, which is in business.
Right.
And I got to about October last year, so about almost a full year in project management. And I was like, I don't know if I want to take the business route anymore. I want to go I was leaning more towards the engineering side of things. So I was like looking into mechanical and seeing which one I wanted to do, and obviously just being in the field of construction and things like that. So I wanted to go into the civil engineering. So I switched majors, and that pushed me all the way back to where I started, which was about 30-something credits. And I've had to catch up this year. I've had to take a lot of online classes to catch up, summer classes, and it's been hard, but it's going to be worth it in the long run.
You're an underclassman. Are most of your classes online? Are you in person with some of them on campus?
I'm in person and some online. It's just based off your schedule and when the classes can be taken. You know, some classes are only offered in the morning.
Okay.
So we have practice and workouts, so we have to take that online.
What do you foresee you doing with civil engineering? Do you have any idea once football's over?
I want to get into just anything with infrastructure.
Yeah.
You know, roads, bridges, anything like that. Because, you know, that's always going to need work.
Sure.
So I don't think that'll be lacking.
Is there any history of that in your family? Or with your dad's kind of job, with him traveling around and doing things for UPS, does that ever come up in conversation?
It's definitely a good career. Like, he's got really good benefits.
Yeah.
You know, it's always something I could fall on, you know, if civil engineering didn't work out. But no one in my family's ever been an engineer. My cousin was a business major in management.
Yep.
But other than that, no one's an engineer.
Well, I tell you what, for those that are watching and hearing us right now, you might get some texts or some emails. Hey, I can maybe help you out. We had Jacob Jenkins on our coaches luncheon a couple of weeks ago, and he's done with football after this year, Caden, and he was like, I'm looking for a job in the South with my wife, and we did a APB. We said, hey, anybody, and we talked about what Jacob wants to do. So you might get some help on that.
Well,
that'd be kind of cool.
I went to the career fair back in the spring, and I ended up getting an internship with a company. I told him, I was like, I didn't think I would get it because it was my first semester doing civil engineering.
You're on your way.
And they was like, you got the spot. You going to be available this summer? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to be too busy.
I got you. All right, final thought here. Midweek games, things have shifted from a practice standpoint. Only 2 games in October. Very unique, but we're thankful for the TV package that Conference USA has for us and shifting some of these games to midweek in October. UTEP, the next team up. How's the preparation gone for the Miners as you get ready for next Wednesday?
Well, obviously, we have to start off by flushing last week's loss.
Yep.
And, you know, looking ahead, putting our blinders on. And we got to, you know, fix our mistakes. Wherever we're messing up at, we got to focus on that. Like, whether if it's chinning the ball, putting 2 hands on it, less penalties, things like that, just executing.
Well, Caden, we appreciate your time here today. Make sure you get some of that pizza so it doesn't go cold on you. But thanks for coming out. Enjoyed our conversation, and best of health to you moving forward, and look forward to following you. And I'm glad you got number 21 back.
I know.
We love Trayon Sibley, but Trayon graduated, so now you get 21 back. Is that suiting you better than 23?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, Kate
That's
Williams
my number.
with us here tonight, joining us here at Mellow Mushroom. All right, coming up next, we'll shift to the defensive side and bring up Brenton Williams out of Opelika, Alabama. Look forward to talking to number 8 when we come back. This is Liberty Football from Van Wagner.
It's bow time. It's not just football season. It's tailgate season, and that includes every kind of football, whether it's got goalkeepers or goalposts. The kick is good! Because it doesn't matter where or how you tailgate. When you've got crispy chicken and fluffy buttermilk biscuits from Bojangles, your tailgate is better than great. It's legendary. Head to Bojangles and order your tailgate box with boldly seasoned chicken, fixins, biscuits, and legendary iced tea today. It's bow time.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community. And that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Hi, this is Alan York, asking you to join the team as a member of the Flames Club. As a Flames Club member, you can make a difference by directly contributing to the success of Liberty Athletics. The Flames Club's mission is to raise the financial support needed to provide our coaches and student athletes with the resources to compete for championships. Membership levels vary and begin at just $75. Some gifts may even be tax deductible. When you join the Flames Club, you're truly investing in champions and championships. Join today at libertyflamesclub.org.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, moving right along on this Thursday night from Mellow Mushroom in Lynchburg, talking Liberty football. Our show each and every Thursday brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. No show next week with the midweek game at UTEP, but we'll be right back here on the 16th and on the 30th. And I made a suggestion for anybody that wears like a costume on the 30th. I know it's not Halloween, but it's Halloween Eve. I'm not saying they'll give away free pizza, but you never know. I would like to see all these costumes here. It'd be kind of cool if everybody brought their kids, maybe kind of give a pre-run getting ready for Halloween on the 30th. So, again, no show next week, but we'll be back on the 16th. All right, another player guest with us here tonight. Let's welcome Joker Brenton Williams to the stage here. Brenton, a red-shirt sophomore out of Opelika, Alabama. Brenton, first off, thanks for coming out here.
No problem.
You got some cheese bread, looks like, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Is it good tonight?
Yes, it was.
Absolutely, absolutely. We were at Jack State week 2, so you went back to your home state. Was that fun for you going back to Alabama?
Yes, it really was fun. That was the first time my parents could since I've transferred there, my parents could come.
Wow.
It was only like a 2-hour drive, so
Okay.
my parents could come to the game. It was pretty easy, pretty quick.
When did you start playing football? Give us that story. Who introduced you to it?
Honestly, I've just been around it since I was young. It was definitely my dad and my brother growing up. I'm originally from Chicago, so all
Didn't
my
know
parents,
that.
my
Okay.
family were Bears fans.
Yeah.
So just watching the Bears young, seeing football all around me, then, of course, moving to Alabama. I did grow up a Roll Tide fan. So
Okay. Hey, that's
Yeah.
okay. Hey, we're all college football fans here, but we do love Liberty as well. Brian Williams, your dad?
Yes, sir.
Vanetta, is that how we say your mom's name?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Vanetta Williams.
When did they move to Alabama?
I want to say it was 2008.
Okay. So you were what? 3, 4? 3.
Three.
Okay. Just for jobs or family? Or
Job transfer.
What do they do right now?
My mom always works from home.
Okay.
And then my dad works for a power plant in Alexander City, which is about an hour away.
I got a good buddy of mine that played at Benjamin Russell High School in Alex City. His name's Will Spires. Shout out to my good buddy Will. Your brother, what's his name?
Bevan Williams.
You have any other siblings?
Yes, I do. I have one more.
Yep.
Brian Jr.
Okay. I love telling the story, Brenton, of our trip to Las Cruces last year. And I texted you some pictures. You were wearing the light blue jerseys. And we had heard, put Brenton Williams on your chart, meaning, okay, how we kind of call the game. And so I did some digging, looked up your high school highlight tape. You're a monster, man. You're a monster. And that first play in the second half, you came in and made a tackle, and you raised your arms up. They got some great still photos of you making that play. And I listened to the audio because I got our text chain from last year, and I went back to listen to it. making a big play defensively. What is that feeling like?
Best feeling in the world.
Okay.
Best feeling in the world. Being able to step up and make a play when your team's needed, and, of course, celebrating with your team once it's done. Yep.
Brenton Williams joins us here, Liberty defensive end, Joker specifically. Started, first off, getting recruited. When did your football development, we talked about when you got into football, when did things recruiting-wise kind of take off for you?
Actually, I would say I was a late bloomer. Pretty much the summer going into my senior year.
Okay.
I started getting offers, and then about after game 3 of my senior year, that's like all the major P4 offers came in.
Yeah, and originally you were committed to Coach Chadwell at his previous institution. When did Auburn get into the mix for you?
If I remember correctly, I want to say October of my senior year.
I joke with you, Brenton. You were a Roll Tide Alabama fan growing up.
Yeah.
Committing to Auburn I didn't know that was allowed in Alabama. I'm joking when I say that, but what was that like committing to Auburn, but you were an Alabama fan?
Honestly, once you start getting recruited,
it doesn't matter. The allegiances go out. Whatever's the best fit for you. Played in a couple of games back in 23. Then you hit the portal, and Jamey Chadwell and his staff are at Liberty. Take us inside those conversations of like, hey, B, we need you up here on the mountain.
Okay. Once I decommitted, Coach McGee always told me anything happens, I can always come back. Always have a home.
Okay.
Yes. And then hitting the portal, it was honestly just an easy decision. Like, I couldn't pass up the opportunity twice. It felt like God has been leading me to the right place. So
we've got a number of those. It just goes to show you the relationship Jamey Chadwell and his staff have with his players here at Liberty. Mention you. They recruited Ethan Vasco 3 times. I mean, in some previous stops, and now he's one of your quarterbacks here. And a number of guys have said they just are relentless in the recruiting. And they build these relationships with you guys, which, okay, it's got to be a good fit for what you want from a football perspective, but these relationships are ones you'll have forever. What is it about this staff that connects so well with this team?
I want to say the major part is growing you as a man. It's always bigger than just football, having a connection with you outside of your performance on the field.
Yeah. I watch you in practice and in the games, Brenton. You're a technician. Everybody works hard. I specifically kind of have focused in on you the last couple of weeks, like every rep, you're going full speed to make it as much game-like as you can. Does the game slow down when everybody puts in that prep during, the practices leading up to a game day? You put in that work, does the game kind of slow down once you get to game day?
The game actually does slow down. We want to make practice as hard as possible so the games do feel easy.
Yeah. How about in the classroom? What are you studying right now?
I was a business major.
Okay.
I've changed to interdisciplinary studies with a focus in business and psychology.
Okay. How about after football? Do you have any career aspirations?
Yes, I do want to get into financial investments, and then, of course, the main goal is real estate investments.
Wow. Where does that passion come from, you think?
Honestly, when I was little, I used to watch HGTV with my mom.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the shows that maybe you watch with her?
House Hunters.
Yeah.
What's that?
They have these shows where, like Hometown, I think is one where they flip houses and bring in new tenants to the houses and things like that. So that's kind of cool. How about getting back to Chicago? You want to do that? There's some good real estate up that way.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind.
Okay. Well, this team right now, you're digging, you're clawing, scratching, kind of digging out of this 1-4. And, Caden Williams said, let's not talk about the record. Each play, the next play is most important.
Yeah.
From your perspective, from the defensive side of things, how has this team kind of bonded together? The wins haven't come the last couple of weeks. We know that. It's not even an elephant in the room. But this team still remains tight, and it's not easy through adversity. How do you think this team has grown through the last couple of weeks?
Like Caden said, honestly, flushing it. Because if you don't flush it, you hang on to it, you don't want to let it snowball and spiral.
Okay.
But it really starts with our seniors, people that this is going to be their last season. You don't want to let them end off on a bad note. So starting with there and holding everybody accountable for our mistakes, and we're just growing every week from that.
You switched from 27 to 8. We talked about Caden switching from 23 to 21, talking about jersey number. How about number 8? What did you wear in high school? How did you end up with number 8?
Growing up, I wore 8. Middle school, I wore 8.
Did you really?
In high school, I wore 8.
Okay. Who wore it defensively last year? I'm trying to think.
Joshua Wiggins.
Ah, okay. So how does that happen? Like, you wore 27, but you know I got to get that number 8.
Yeah.
Tyson Mobley wears it for the offense. How do you go about requesting – how does that process work to get that number?
Honestly,
the one you want.
The one you want it's not really something you can go up and ask for. I mean, of course, you can put in a request, but it has to be earned.
Okay.
So you put in the work, you go out and earn it, and it has to be something that has this person been working hard enough?
Yeah.
Do they deserve it? Things of that nature.
Okay. How about your football heroes growing up? Who did you mimic your game after, and who are some of those football NFL stars you watch heavily right now?
Who I'm mimicking my game off of right now is Brian Burns for the New York Giants.
Okay.
Growing up, I actually started as a running back.
Okay.
And I was totally an offensive player. Even though I was an Alabama fan, it was definitely Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yes.
Wow. You just love football.
Yeah.
You just love football. Brenton Williams joins us here tonight. Really enjoyed getting to know you, Brenton. Mm-hmm. Getting ready for this midweek game, how does your prep change navigating schoolwork and, midweek travel, different things like that? How have you started your prep for next Wednesday?
For me, honestly, nothing's really changed except for, I would say, my schoolwork.
Yeah.
Going into I need to get things done earlier.
Sure.
Because I might be on a shorter timetable.
Yep.
So getting the schoolwork out the way so I could just focus on football.
Awesome. Caden shared with me, and look, I play college football. You're not tight with everybody on the team. You know everybody, but you get different bonds with different guys. I said, how are you, Brenton, pretty tight with him? He goes, our lockers are right next to each other in the home locker room.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why is that? How is that? And it's just how they're numbered. But he's offense, your defense. It's kind of cool that you get to know guys a little bit better than maybe just hanging out with your defensive guys. So what has that been like in the locker room, getting just to know people deeper outside of your position group?
Yeah, of course, if we got to pick our lockers, there would be different cliques and different groups in the locker room.
Yeah.
Of course, that causes division. But having it like that on purpose was offense, defense. But that definitely helps us grow. You know where a person's from, favorite color, mom and dad's name,
right?
Girlfriend, no girlfriend. But that definitely helps grow closer.
I'm going to share something else with you. I just looked this up. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know this. Caden Williams and I, many years separated, share the same birthday. December 8th? Yeah. Caden's like, really? Yeah. I'll send you a happy birthday text in December, okay? All right, Brenton Williams with us here tonight. B, so happy for your success. Have fun against UTEP. We'll be there cheering you guys on, and let's go get a win, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Brent Williams, Opelika, Alabama native with us here tonight. Liberty Joker wears number 8, and see him out on Wednesday. He'll be wrecking shop with that defense, and we're going to go in, get a win, and get back home. All right, we're going to take our final timeout. We'll be rejoined by head coach Jamey Chadwell. Quick take on UTEP, and then we will say good night. Our Liberty football show is presented by Freedom First Credit Union, and we wrap things up right after this.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Lynchburg Nissan's model year in sales event is on, and the savings are huge. Remaining 25 models are tariff-free and have 0% up to 60 months. Discounts up to $7,100 off MSRP, and new cars starting at $18,950. Lynchburg Nissan is ready to pay up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade too. We also offer guaranteed credit approval. Inventory is limited and selling fast. Stop by or schedule your appointment at lynchburgnissan.com, home of the million-mile warranty.
You're listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Rogers Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing. Your local HVAC experts. Online at callrogers.com.
The light from a star can take millions of years to reach Earth. So when you look at a star, you're looking back in time. But I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback. I see myself. The future is where I'll make history.
This message is brought to you by the United States Space Force. More information is available at spaceforce.mil.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Have you downloaded the Liberty Flames mobile app? If not, what are you waiting for? The Liberty Flames mobile app is your lifeline to Flames athletics. Get the latest news on your favorite teams, find upcoming schedules, buy and download tickets to the next game, listen to podcasts, and hear our online Liberty Flames Sports Network audio broadcasts.
Pass caught into the end zone. Light 'em up. Touchdown, Liberty.
It's all on the Liberty Flames mobile app. Download it for free from your mobile app store today. Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Have a question or comment for one of our guests? Email lfsn@liberty.edu or post a message at LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, once again, here's the voice of the Flames, Alan York.
All right, wrapping things up here tonight at Mellow Mushroom in Lynchburg. Our show brought to you by Freedom First Credit Union. Liberty at UTEP next Wednesday, our next ball game at 8 o'clock Eastern. Lucas writes in, he's got a prediction. We win at UTEP, and we're going to go on a roll, and he sees a bowl situation down the road. He says, I have faith in this team. Go Flames. All right, Lucas, thanks for the comment. All right, Coach, UTEP, give us the thought. Both records are the same. Each team looking for their first Conference USA win. It's the Sun Bowl, great backdrop for a college football game, and under the national TV lights next Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's a similar situation you mentioned. So they're going to be talking about, hey, it's a new season, sort of like we are. So what it's going to come down to is us being able to go out and execute the things that we've talked about that we need to improve on. I think they've got some talented players. They've had some injuries that they've been battling, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They got two quarterbacks. They got some talented guys there. They got some talented players in between. They're going to do a lot of different things that on offense and defense to cause havoc with you. And so we just got to do a good job of playing the way that we're capable of. We got to make sure that with these extra couple of days that we're really prepared for what we got to go out there and do. But mostly, more than anything, just really taking care of the things that we need to control, right? No matter who we're playing, that's been our story. And so hopefully, this little time that we've had to refocus and renew, going after the goals and the objectives we have, we'll go out there and play the way we're capable of.
All right, we know you will, Coach. Appreciate the time here tonight. Look forward to seeing you guys out in El Paso, beginning with our trip on Tuesday and the big win in the ball game on Wednesday.
Sounds great.
All right, Flames. Head coach Jamey Chadwell with us here tonight. Appreciate him stopping by, and Caden Williams and Brenton Williams as well. Don't forget Liberty and UTEP next Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern kickoff. Our pregame radio coverage comes your way at 6:30. We'll have all the details on how to access that on our social media channels coming up in the next few days. For Coach and for Matt and Jamey, our production assistants, my name is Alan York. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Eat some food and watch some football, and get ready for next Wednesday, Liberty at UTEP. This has been the Liberty Football Show presented by Freedom First Credit Union.
You've been listening to the Liberty Flames Football Show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. The Liberty Football Show was presented by Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking with Freedom First today. The Liberty Football Show was also brought to you by Bojangles' famous chicken and biscuits. It's Bo time. Carter Bank. Life lived full. Coca-Cola. Taste the feeling. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Rogers Heating and Cooling, servicing Greater Lynchburg's HVAC and electrical needs. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. And by the United States Space Force. The Liberty Flames Football Show, presented by Freedom First Credit Union, has been an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.